morning, students. Our today's lecture is about trigonometry. So, uh, before we start trigonometry, let's have a recap of Pythagoras theorem. Uh, I hope that many of you know about Pythagoras theorem. So, Pythagoras theorem. Uh, okay, first of all, look at these two triangles and find out the difference between these two triangles. Look at carefully look at these two triangles and find the difference between these two. So I hope that you have got the difference. Here you can see that this is right angle triangle ABC. The side opposite to right angle triangle is called hypotenuse, and you can see that in this triangle I have not made any other angle. I have not made angle here, I have not made angle here. So that's why I can call any of these sides, perpendicular and base. Any of these. Like I can call this perpendicular and this base, or this perpendicular, this base. It will make no difference. This will not affect the theorem. Only the side opposite to the 90-degree, that is fixed one. These two are not fixed. In this triangle, if you see that yes, it is same like Pythagoras theorem, but only the difference we have here one angle. And this acute angle is very important, because all ratios we have to apply on acute angle, not on 90-degree angle, on acute angle. It can be here or it can be here. Obviously one angle is of 90-degree. The total sum of the angles is 180-degree of a triangle. So any one of them, like this angle or this angle, any one of them will be given, and we will consider that angle, and we will call on behalf of that angle the side perpendicular. So on behalf of that angle we will find out that which side will be called perpendicular. So the side opposite to this angle will be called perpendicular. Look, here we had a choice. We can call it perpendicular, we can call it perpendicular. Hypotenuse is fixed, but here two sides are fixed. To hypotenuse, obviously Pythagoras theorem tells us that the side opposite to the 90-degree is hypotenuse, and this angle tells us the side which is called perpendicular. If this angle is given here, not here, then opposite to this angle, this side we have, so this will be called perpendicular, not this. So right now we have angle over here, so this side will be called perpendicular, and the remaining side will be called base. So I hope so that this is clear. I want to tell you once again, if we have angle here, then opposite to this is this side. So this will be called perpendicular. So right now we are having angle here. So this is perpendicular, this is base, and this is hypotenuse. And this is the first thing which you need to know. Now let's move towards the ratios. Ratios are basically the ratios of the sides. Like if no, there I took this vertex, angle at this vertex. Now I am taking angle at this vertex. So according to this triangle, this side will be called, because this is opposite to 90 degrees, so this will be called hypotenuse. And this angle is given here. So according to this angle we will name this side. So this angle defines that this side will be called perpendicular, and the remaining side will be called base. B stands for base. Now we move towards the ratios. So ratios, basically there are three ratios. So you all are I hope so that you all know the names. First one is sine, then cosine, shortly written as cos, and then tan. And we apply, as I have told you, that we apply these ratios on acute angle, not on 90 degree, never on 90. always on acute angle. Acute angle can be here or here. So right now it is here. So we will consider angle A. We will consider angle A. So this ratio is actually the name of the ratio of sides perpendicular and hypotenuse. So this is a very common and easy way to learn the ratios and their names. Like if we take the ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse, the name is sine. So sine is equal to perpendicular ratio. I am calling ratios. So perpendicular over hypotenuse. In the same way, if we talk about cos A, so this is base over hypotenuse. Means when we take the ratio of base and hypotenuse, this will be called cos. And when we take the ratio of perpendicular and base, then that ratio is called tan. I hope so that you people have learned about this, and you will never forget the name of the ratio. Perpendicular over hypotenuse. Perpendicular. Some people have curly brown hairs through proper brushing. The first letters I have written in bold case, in uppercase letters. So some S, curly C, through T, people P, have H. So some people have sine, perpendicular, hypotenuse. Cos is equal to base over hypotenuse. Tan is equal to perpendicular over base. So I hope so that this will help you. Now, so students, these are two examples which I will solve for you to make your concept clear. So this is a right angle triangle. This is also right angle triangle. This sign shows that this is right angle triangle. This triangle must be right angled. Then we will be able to apply those ratios. So now I would advise you that first of all you have to write down the names of the sides. Any question, in any question, if you will write the names of the sides, first of all, this will be helping you. It will be a big help for you, that you will be able to know that which ratio you have to use. So this is my advice, this is my suggestion, that first of all write down the names of the sides. Now look, actually we all know that this is 90 degree given here at vertex C. So the side opposite to 90 degree is called hypotenuse. We all know this. Okay, so now the angle is given here, and the side opposite to the acute angle, given angle, is called perpendicular. Now it makes me very clear that which ratio I have to use. I know that the sine ratio, sine of 30 of any angle is equal to perpendicular over hypotenuse. So when we will write down the names, then we can easily know, then we will be able to know that which ratio we have to use. So it is perpendicular over base. Now you have three ratios: perpendicular over hypotenuse, base over hypotenuse, and perpendicular over base. You can clearly see that base over hypotenuse in this case is not given, because this is perpendicular, this is hypotenuse. Perpendicular and base, this ratio is not given. So the ratio which is given is perpendicular over hypotenuse. Perpendicular over hypotenuse. So this tells me that I will use sine ratio. So I write here sine 30 degrees equal to perpendicular over hypotenuse. So perpendicular is x over 10. Now algebraically you have to solve, you have to just take this 10 and just multiply it, because it is dividing x. So when we will change its side, it will multiply. So it will become x equals to 10 sine 30. So please follow this order. Write this number which you are taking to this side and write it first and then sine 30. Or if in your calculator you have the brackets or the other some calculators, if we write it, if we don't write it in order, then it will be giving us the maths syntax error or maths error. So if you will write it in order, you will be like avoiding that mistake. So write it in order. So 10 you have taken this side, and it is 10 sine 30 degree. Use your calculator, write, type it as it is 10, then press sine, and then write down 30, and it gives you the answer 5. So the answer of this is 5 centimeter. That's the value of x which we were supposed to find out. Now students, look at this. It is 90 degree given here. Side opposite to the 90 degree is called hypotenuse, and side opposite to the acute angle is called perpendicular, and the remaining side is called base. Now look that we are actually given base and hypotenuse. So on behalf of these two sides, we can easily find out that which ratio we will be using. So you can see that if we use perpendicular over hypotenuse, perpendicular is of no use, like it is we are not it is not given here. So we will be using that ratio which is helping us for this base and hypotenuse. So this cosine ratio, if you see that it is base, it is hypotenuse, so cosine ratio we will be using. So we write here cos 67 is equal to base over hypotenuse, so it is 8.7 over y. Now change the side. First we will take this to this side, and it will become y cos 67 degrees equals to 8.7. Then we will take it to that side, and it will become 8.7 over cos 67. Now use your calculator, divide 8.7 by cos 67, and you will get the answer 22.27 centimeters. So the value of y is 22.27 centimeter. If you are not asked to write down, you have not been told about the that how many decimal places you have to write. So we mostly consider 2 decimal places, so that's why I have rounded it off to 2 decimal places. So 22.27 is the answer. So I wish that you should apply this on your on different questions. Your books, they support you, they give you there are many questions regarding trigonometry. You can solve those questions, and I hope so that you will not be facing any problem.